Let's be honest, dividing decimals can look a little intimidating, right? It's one of those math problems that just seems messy. But what if I told you there's one simple trick that makes it just as easy as regular division? Stick around, because by the end of this, you're going to have this completely figured out.
We have all been there. You're staring at a math problem and you just don't know where to start. But you know what? It's not about being a genius. It's about having the right method, the right tool for the job. And today, we're going to get you that exact tool. So let's dive right in and face this decimal dilemma head on. We're going to break down how to divide a decimal by a whole number using a great technique called short division.
Okay, take a look at this one, 29.35 divided by 5. At first glance, it seems like a lot to juggle, doesn't it? You've got decimals, you've got division, you might have remainders. Where do you even begin?
Well, here's the good news. You don't need to memorize a bunch of new complicated steps. Nope. You just need to know one single golden rule that unlocks this whole thing.
Seriously, this one tiny instruction makes decimal division feel exactly like the regular division you already know how to do. It's kind of brilliant in its simplicity. So what is it?
This is it. This is the absolute key to everything. Before you do any math, any dividing at all, you just bring the decimal point straight up from the question into your answer line. You lock it in place. If you do this one thing first, I promise the rest is a piece of cake.
All right, enough talk. Let's see this rule in action. We're going to start with a nice, straightforward example so you can see exactly how this works.
We'll kick things off with this problem, 4.86 divided by 2. This is a perfect example to start with because it lets us focus purely on the technique without any other tricky stuff.
So, first things first, we set it up just like any short division problem you've ever seen. Nothing new here. The 2 goes on the outside and the 4.86 goes on the inside. Simple enough.
And now for our golden rule. Before we calculate a single thing, we find that decimal point in 4.86 and we put a decimal point right above it in the answer line. Boom! It's there. It's locked in. Now we can pretty much just ignore it and get on with the division.
Okay, now we just divide like normal, from left to right. How many times does 2 go into 4? That's easy, it's twice. So we write the 2 up top right before our decimal point. On to the next digit. How many times does 2 go into 8? 4 times. So we write the 4 in the answer, right after the decimal. See how we're just cruising along now? And finally, how many times does 2 go into 6? 3 times. We pop that 3 up top, and we are done. The answer is 2.43. See? Not so bad, was it?
Okay, that was a good warm-up. But what happens when the numbers don't divide so perfectly? What do you do when you have to carry remainders, especially across that decimal point? Let's find out.
Let's circle back to that problem from the beginning, 29.35 divided by 5. This is where our method really gets to shine.
So we start from the left. 5 doesn't go into 2, so we look at 29. How many 5s can we fit into 29? Well, 5 times 5 is 25, so that's 5. We write the 5 right above the 9. Now here's the interesting part, we have a remainder, right? 29 minus 25 is 4. We take that little 4 and carry it over, placing it next to the 3.
And wait a second, what's next? We've hit the decimal point. So what do? We use our golden rule. Just bring that decimal point straight up into the answer. Every single time. It's that simple.
Now we're looking at the number 43. How many 5s go into 43? That would be 8, because 8 times 5 is 40. We write that 8 in our answer. And again, we have a remainder. 43 minus 40 is 3. We carry that 3 over to our next digit, the 5.
And this is where it all comes together beautifully. That carried 3 turns our last digit into 35. So how many 5s in 35? Exactly 7. We write the 7 up top, and there it is, our final answer, 5.87. The method works perfectly, even with remainders.
So that's the whole process. It's a really solid and reliable method you can use for any problem like this. Let's just do a super quick recap of the steps to make sure it sticks. It really just boils down to 4 simple steps. 1. Set up your problem. 2, and this is the most important one, put your decimal point in the answer line first. 3. Just divide one digit at a time, moving from left to right. And 4. If you have any remainders, just carry them over to the next digit. That's the whole game plan.
And honestly, that's it. You now have the key. This isn't just some random trick, it's the fundamental method that unlocks any of these decimal division problems. Once you've got this down, you've got them all down.
So now that you've got this new skill in your back pocket, the only real question left is, what math problem are you going to go and conquer next? Thanks for tuning in.